I wanted to get to a bigger point. Because the time comes, somewhat pun intended, for us to take the gloves off when it comes to Jake Paul.
After I beat Mike Tyson, the amount of people saying this is rigged was crazy.
And I can break his mentality, then I've broken Jake. So this is why it's going to be an interesting fight, because I just don't look at it from a physical standpoint.
Stephen A. Smith reportedly reacted with shock after Mike Tyson and Anthony Joshua exposed Jake Paul for allegedly trying to arrange bribes. Smith said boxing has reached a breaking point. He argued that the sport must stop allowing these kinds of spectacles. According to him, Jake Paul turns fights into business deals instead of real competition. Smith believes this disrespects real fighters and seriously damages boxing's credibility around the world.
That I'm talking about here. Boxing's a skill. Let me give y'all an example. Remember Francis Ngannou? Remember that monster? That Nigerian nightmare? Remember him? And then we saw him show up and show a little skill against Tyson Fury, who came there out of shape. What happened when he got into the ring with Anthony Joshua? He got put to sleep much in the same way Nate Robinson got put to sleep. Boxing is a skill.
Anthony Joshua has already made his position very clear. When asked if he would go easy on Jake Paul or follow special rules, AJ shut the idea down immediately. He said he only fights for real, with no conditions. As a world champion, Joshua made it clear he will not risk his legacy on gimmick fights or scripted outcomes. He said he would never compromise the sport just for entertainment or money.
What I learned about Jake is, so when you look at the physicality stuff, and as you said, he's looking at my chest, I think Jake is someone where I got to beat him mentally because he's a mental person. This is my observation. A lot of what Jake's preparation is based around is not only the physical aspects of training, but the way he thinks, meditation, breath work. And if I can break his soul and I can break his mentality, then I've broken Jake. So this is why it's going to be an interesting fight, because I just don't look at it from a physical standpoint. I know the person that's in front of me, and I know that I got to break it. That's why I said I got to take his soul. It's not just physical. I got to take your soul in the ring.
Only person that can do that is God.
I knew he was going to say that.
Is he f***ing with your brain?
No, I don't know. That's what I was gonna ask. Is how do you plan on doing that? Like when is it gonna start?
Because everything.
I mean, obviously in the fights it's different.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, when are you gonna start taking it?
I've just seen in fights when I can see someone's, let's call it energy, frequency leaving their body, and that's what my goal is to do the same to you. You have that instinct. You can see it. When you're fighting, you can just see a small glimmer of someone that's just about to start fading. And then you just keep exploiting that, keep exploiting that until some people give up. Some people get knocked out. We'll figure it out. But as I said, for me, it's not just going in there and being dominating physically. I want to break him down spiritually and mentally.
That's something deep.
Mike Tyson reportedly suggested that Jake Paul tried to script parts of the fight. Tyson explained that money was never a motivation for him because he is already financially secure. He said the fight would not change his lifestyle in any way. According to reports, Tyson agreed to step into the ring for personal reasons only. He did not fight for profit and pushed back against any attempt to control the outcome.
This fight is not going to change my lifestyle financially. I'm a fighter. I feel good. I can do it. I feel I can beat this guy.
Come on. Well, we're going to be in the building. I'm going to be there. Speaking of the exhibition with Roy, like, when that exhibition happened, man, I felt like it was two of my uncles.
Joe Rogan discussed what he believes is a pattern in Jake Paul's boxing career. Rogan said Jake often chooses opponents who are physically bigger but safer in other strategic ways. He believes these matchups are carefully selected, not random. Rogan explained that big names bring massive attention, which benefits Jake no matter the result. Using Mike Tyson as an example, he said legends attract audiences just by showing up. This creates a situation where entertainment matters more than competition. Rogan suggested that some outcomes appear tilted in Jake's favor, leaving fans questioning whether these fights are real contests or managed spectacles designed for profit.
That guy.
Well, it's like Matt always says, play to your strengths.
Yeah,
no
but
doubt.
you know, you got to take that payday. I mean, what did he make out of that fight? He probably made $10 million or something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And Jake Paul's very smart, man. Like he gets guys that he's bigger
than,
the
younger
only time
than.
he fought another boxer his size was
He
Tom
lost.
Fury, and he lost. Tom Fury?
Good fight.
Tommy Fury.
Very
Tommy
good
Fury,
fight.
yeah.
Very good fight. You know, I think he's like any other young up-and-coming boxer. It's just everybody dismisses him because he's a YouTuber.
For sure. It's easy to dismiss him, but I was there when he knocked out Tyron, and I was like, man, I'm done with this kid. I never wanted to corner another fight in my life, man. I was like, yo, he just knocked my boy flat out on his.
Jake Paul responded to the accusations by rejecting them completely. He claimed people are making up stories because they hate his success. Jake said accusations of scripted fights are just excuses used by critics who refuse to accept his growth as a boxer. He pointed out that boxing commissions oversee these events and would never allow illegal manipulation. Jake insisted that opponents enter the ring by choice and that he trains hard to earn his wins. He believes the criticism proves he has shaken the boxing world and forced fans to face a new reality they don't like.
Tyson, the amount of people saying this is rigged was crazy. They like showed this clip of Mike Tyson going to swing at me with a left hook, and he like stopped doing it, but saw I had my right hand up. So he would have like swung like this, I catch it and shoot. He's leaning forward like I could have knocked him out. So that's why he stopped throwing it. And it's like they play this one clip and it has literally 50 million views on TikTok, but the average.
The Jake Paul vs. Anthony Joshua fight showed a dangerous mismatch from the very beginning. Former UFC champion Michael Bisping reacted strongly, saying Jake Paul was nowhere near the level needed to face an elite heavyweight like Joshua. He described the fight as a clear lesson in real professional boxing, where timing, skill, and experience decide everything. Joshua's punches were sharp and powerful, exposing the huge gap in ability. Bisping said the outcome was inevitable because Jake lacked the defense, tools, and ring awareness to survive against a world-class boxer.
No, that wasn't the case at all. What we saw, in my humble opinion, because I'm a big Anthony Joshua fan. Of course, I've been a supporter for the longest time. A rather lackluster, unmotivated Anthony Joshua that didn't look like he was being particularly nasty, right? Yeah, a lot of the time he was out of range, and okay, it is hard to land a shot on someone that's backing up and moving away the whole time. And there was a lot of times where he had him in the corner and he could have thrown a shot. And sometimes he was telegraphing his shots. And anytime he did go in to throw a punch, as I said before, Jake Paul would shoot in and turn it into a wrestling match. And even when he wasn't shooting in, he was clinching a lot. This is boxing. It's not MMA, as we know. The referee should have done a much better job of getting in there and separating them much, much faster. As I say, it was the sixth round. I think it was the fourth round he got dropped twice. In the fifth round, he got through it. In the sixth round, caught him with the jab, then a glancing right hook. He goes down, and that was that. That was all she wrote, right? I did a live. There was about 9,000 people watching at one point. Nobody was particularly enjoying the matchup. Listen, okay? I respect both men. I respect anyone really that steps into the ring, okay? And certainly going up against Anthony Joshua, that was a tall task, okay? You know, metaphorically and figuratively, right? It was a tall task. It was a big job. It was a tough opponent. It was a mismatch, and it was, right? Jake Paul never worried Anthony Joshua once. He never rung his bell. He never caused any damage. He never had him worried. He never did anything. It wasn't a fight. It was a display of how long can Jake Paul last? Can he run away long enough?
Critics argue that influencer boxing has changed the foundation of the sport. When YouTubers and celebrities entered boxing, the focus shifted from skill and legacy to views and revenue. Many believe fights are now built on hype instead of technique. Boxing, once defined by discipline and mastery, now feels secondary to marketing. These events generate massive money through sponsors and streaming deals, leading to claims that results matter less than profits. For traditional fans, influencer boxing feels more like staged entertainment than real competition. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned, and see you next time.